I'm going to challenge you on something. Yesterday, I spoke about changing your life, and I think you already know how to do it. I think you know how to concoct a plan that would get you a few steps ahead, how to soothe yourself, how to act all these things out, but you won't. And there's a reason for it. You don't know how to give yourself permission. And this is what this entire video is going to be about. How to give yourself permission to do the things you really want to do. Okay, what am I talking about? You're going to see me look left here because I actually made notes this time. But what am I actually talking about? Giving yourself permission and authority over yourself is a skill. That is the missing skill that I believe is in 99% of people, and it's the reason why we as a human race can't do the things we want to do, because we haven't been taught this skill. I'm going to be really careful here to not delve into conspiracy theories of why we haven't been taught this skill, but if you think about it this way, from a school perspective, I'm talking from being English in the UK. I can't go into other places I don't know. The school system, and I know this might be challenging some people here in ways that they may not like, and that's okay. The school system comes from Rockefeller factories. That's what bells are for. That's what the classroom ringing for, is for teaching factory workers. So the product of that is going to be factory workers. So the school teaches you to be a fantastic worker. I can't talk about universities. I haven't gone to one. But the school system teaches you to be a worker. It does not teach you to be a thinker, a questioner. Yes, there are anomalies to the rule. There are fantastic teachers that probably got you to ask questions. But that wasn't the status quo. The status quo is do as you're told. Turn up to this place at 8:50. Be at this place at 9. This place at 10. Hand in your homework. Don't talk. Don't do these things. If you do these things, you'll be shouted at, shamed, have a bad report card, get sent home, told you're a misfit. And not only that, there's like the big tribal side of it. Either way, I'm not here to dissect that right now. Maybe another time. But what I mean is that you were not nurtured in the skill of giving authority over yourself, of giving yourself permission to do things. And what I mean by that is you don't have the ability to think of a plan in your mind, concoct it, and then go, okay, I've thought of the plan, I'm going to try it, and then go and do that thing. That is just not in a lot of people's wiring anymore because we aren't trained it. And that's what might be missing with you. And that's what this entire video is going to be about. How do we solve that? How do we excavate it? And the first thing we realize is the first major and biggest return on investment step is realizing that it's there. Realizing that we can have amazing plans, but we don't know how to navigate them. First thing is the skill. We haven't been taught it. It's not something that's been nourished in us. It's a mindset that actually truthfully isn't nourished in most people, and you only see really disagreeable people with it. And even then, when it's not nourished in them, that's people that end up in fights, in prison, out of jobs, because it's something that still, with a skill, needs to be nurtured. And if you just have it in the extreme, you end up disagreeing with everyone and everything for the sake of it, because just the smell of being told what to do sucks. And in the same aspect of the skill, you need to know when it's time to give yourself the plan and when it's time to listen to someone else's plan. So this is just an important skill if you're someone who's super disagreeable, but really important if you're someone that's super agreeable and have all these plans to change your life, but you can't do it. The second thing, which is just as important as a skill, is your nervous system. Your nervous system needs to learn how to try these new things. You need to learn how to soothe yourself in these new plans. Let me give you an amazing example to think about it this way. Imagine you're terrified of heights. You're really, really scared of heights. You don't like the fear of heights. You don't like falling. It's terrifying, right? Imagine you're now on the end of a bungee jump, walkout. You're about to jump off a platform to do a big bungee jump, right? You could explain to someone how you're going to do it. You could talk yourself through how you're going to do this thing. You could tell someone else how you're going to do it, which is why I suspect whilst you're watching this, you're amazing at telling other people what to do, and you give other people amazing advice, but you don't know how to do it yourself. This is why, the nervous system aspect. So you could tell someone else, I'm just going to step forward, close my eyes, jump off the thing, and it's going to be brilliant. But you step to the platform and you go, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. My body's in fight or flight. I'm panicking. Shut down. Doesn't work. Legs don't work. like they used to before. Anyway, so what do we do? Well, you have to learn the tools to get around this, and also learn that like this is an important thing. It's like learning the tools of how to do that is everything. So firstly, how to plan. Well, the biggest way you learn the skill of how to plan and create a plan for yourself, I'm actually going to give it again, I'm not editing these, but we're going to talk through it in, again, 4 steps. How to create a plan, how to be okay with if the plan doesn't work, how to self-soothe yourself, and some other tips about basically how to navigate the nervous system aspect of everything. Let's do this. So firstly, how to create a plan. Well, the way I like to think of it is this way, is that, you know, there's a book I recommend called King, Warrior, Magician, Lover. Tony Robbins basically based almost all of his work off of that, and some neuro-linguistic programming as well. But you got to learn how to make a plan. And to make a plan, I just like to think of it as like summoning the adult in the room in my mind. Like I use a lot of visualization. That might not work for you, but you can just imagine or think of yourself as the adult in the room. Think of the adult version of yourself. And a great way I do it is just body doubling. So imagine your friend came to you with all of these problems that you have. You'd probably have some advice for them, or like a plan. And this is like the fantastic way to like circumnavigate all of the fear and the discomfort in never having made a big plan before. So I would just come to yourself, like write down all of your problems, all of the things you want to try and do that you're not able to do, like things you want to solve, and like write down a plan. You can either write it in first person, like I want to do things. You could even, if you really want to, be like, my friend wants to do all these things. He doesn't know how to do it. She doesn't know how to do it. And that would be a fantastic way of basically dodging all of the fear around not wanting to do it. Write down this plan. And then once it's written down, keep it somewhere where you can read. And this is just now we're into like classic fear navigation, because as I said earlier, firstly is the skill of making the plan. So firstly, understand that like the first thing to understand is like you have these skills within yourself. And if you don't, you know how to do them. You just Google how to write a plan, follow the nearest thing, or ask someone else, how do you write a plan? Ask a friend to write a plan with you. I sincerely believe in the idea that like we have a lot of these things inside of us. We just need to coax them out and have the confidence to do them. Like this wound of not being able to give ourselves permission to do things is one of the most potent wounds I believe in like everyday society, not to get on a high horse. But anyway, back to the juice. You've got your plan, right? Next is the fear, because I promise you, as soon as you write this plan, even if you've body doubled it and written it as a friend, even if you've talked about it with a friend, you will probably at this point get hit with a massive wave of fear. And this is your nervous system saying, this is really uncomfortable. This is new to me. This is stepping out of my comfort zone, which in caveman terms is like, this is danger. This is something unfamiliar. This could result in us like not having a good time. Or you've got like your headmaster's voice in your head, your teacher's voice, your parents' voice saying, what are you doing? You're breaking the rules. And this is the biggest secret of all of them, to the point where like, I'm kind of annoyed I didn't talk about it at the start, but I'm sure I'll do it again in another video. Being an adult and the permission wound, the biggest part of it is that sometimes you have to break rules. Sometimes you have to know the right rules to break. Like, the biggest story of that is Harry Potter. Like in Harry Potter, Harry breaks the rules, but he breaks the right rules for the right reasons. And you have to know that. And for me personally, like I really struggled with that, because I just found rules to be like gospel, like things you can't break. And I felt terrible for breaking rules. So I just never tried. And understanding that like in life, there are moments you have to break rules or try things yourself. Like that's a huge part of success in trying things, is learning what are the right rules to break. That would be my biggest take. If you take away anything in this video, is the understanding that trying your own way in life will feel like you're breaking the rules, and you have to take your own way in life. You can't just be like, have it handed to you. In fact, the ironic thing is, like, if someone handed you your dream life, you wouldn't want it. Like, that's the craziest part, is like the reason it's your dream life is because it's yours to take. Like, we as humans are naturally designed for adventure. So if someone were to give you your dream life, it's not your dream life. So you have to take it, which means you have to be okay with breaking rules. So this is your nervous system going, oh my God, I've been told, the nervous system freaking out, being like, my teachers have told me I'm in danger. My friends have said I'm different. My boss has said I'm going to do something wrong. My parents have said I'm going to do something wrong. Our like little inbuilt nervous system can't differentiate that and death, like being outcast or being wrong and death. So like nervous system jumps straight to, we're going to die. Here's the crazy thing. Because you're dealing with like really deep nervous system stuff, especially stuff that's been built in with you as a child, it won't understand words and logic. This is the part where it's like, oh man, this is hard. And this is why I think 99% of people don't get past this. And this is why, like, in my opinion, you see a lot of people, like, you ever ask yourself, like, why do people get stuck in life, you know, not questioning things, not questioning the news, not questioning their boss, not changing jobs? It's because, like, this wound of, like, being told not to question things is so freaking hard to bypass that most people just don't, because it doesn't hurt enough for them to change it. So if you're really wanting to change it, kudos to you. But here's how. The way you change it is understanding that getting down dirty with this kind of fear, like logic, will not help. It's kind of like trying to like fan a fire, and you're just going to make the fire bigger. Like this kind of fear where it's that deep will not respond to logic. There are different types of fear in life that will respond to logic, and that's like what I would like to call like a rational, like higher level fear. But a lower level fear will not respond to logic. Like it will not respond to conversation. All you will do is make it a bigger fear, because you're essentially saying like, this thing that isn't real, I'm treating it as if it is real. So therefore it like justifies it in your brain. So the only way you do it is exposure. The only way that you get better at this kind of thing is exposure. I've tried everything. The only way that you get better at anything when it's this level of a fear, when I say this level of fear, I mean something like, you know, a fear of heights, a fear of the ocean, a fear of spiders. The only way you get through those like base level fears is through exposure. So circling all the way back, you have your plan and it's initiated this fear response because you've never given it before. You have to understand that now the way forward is treating it as if it's a fear and using exposure. And the way you do that also is by breaking it down into the craziest small steps that you might need. For someone like who is really feeling the fear, you might need to genuinely like just like read the plan every day. Like read the plan every day and get that fear response and be okay. A week of that is amazing. You have to balance it really well between like being gentle with yourself and understanding when it's the time to push yourself. And this is, again, a skill. Like learning to coach and parent yourself is a skill. And it's funny because like everyone refuses to do this, but then we have kids and we do the exact same thing with them. It's like, why not start with us? Why not start with yourself? You can reap so many benefits from yourself. You don't have to wait until you have kids. You don't have to wait until you have a dog or something. Just do it with you. It's way scarier, but hey man, the rewards are amazing. You get to have exactly what you want. So you could start off by reading your plan, and then as fast as possible, I would create an actionable step. And it doesn't have to be anything big. It can just be something actionable. So for me, the funny thing is like, you can be like, oh, it's BS. I'm literally living this out right now. I want to be a content creator. I want to be a life coach. I want to be someone that speaks publicly. I want all those things. I know exactly how to get there. I need to post a YouTube video every day or 3 times a week. I need to learn how to be a better coach. I need to get coaching training. I need to do free coaching for people. I need to apply to speak publicly. I need to focus on my craft, get better at storytelling. And then I need to create a website, and I need to do all these things. All of that sounds fucking terrifying, and I don't use that word lightly. So for me, I broke it down to, I wrote out my plan. I wrote out what I was going to do, and I picked the most actionable step, which was yesterday. I wrote notes for 5 minutes, and then I recorded a 20-minute video, and I uploaded it. And I did nothing else. And then today, I've written notes for 10 minutes, and I've recorded a new video, and I'm going to post it. And it's like, that's my minimum action. And for me, like, I'll be fully transparent with you, that initiates such a fear response that, like, this morning I actually felt hungover from fear from posting that video yesterday. And posting the video today, again, if I'd have sat and just tried to wrestle with the fear of like posting yesterday, it wouldn't have helped. What helps is today posting a video. And then eventually you start getting into, oh, well, we're going to go into another order of like absolutely crazy psychology here. And I just don't want this video to end up being half an hour. So I'm just going to keep it simple. But basically what you're doing here is you're shifting your identity. Oh God, I knew this was coming. I was trying to avoid this, but you're shifting your identity from like, I'm someone that is like this to I'm someone who is like this. So for me, I'm shifting my identity. I want to shift my identity from someone who doesn't make videos and is terrified of making videos and is scared of plans to someone who makes videos, isn't scared of making them, enjoys making them, makes good content. I could very, very easily try and logic that for years, try and go to like ruminate on it. It doesn't work. The only way you do it is by going, I'm going to behave and believe like this person, even whilst I am on the outside looking like this person. And eventually your brain just goes, I've seen it enough. Like I've done it enough times to do it. I've done that in other ways. I've not done it with this yet. The fear response has been too big, but that's the way. You do it enough times and things. So you have an actionable step. Do the step. Do the smallest thing you can. Just once. And then the next day, do it again. Do something that you can do every day for a week or a month and understand that that is the most powerful thing you can do. And I know the thing is so difficult about this is that you will not have someone like in school who will come and give you a piece of paper saying congratulations. I think you've passed the test. You've passed the exam. There's no exam in life. You are the examiner. You are the teacher, the student, the examiner, the boss, the head teacher, everything in this. And you have to be able to be like, I know that I'm doing better. And what's hard about that is like, something we'll finish on is that like, school has even like removed your ability to self-congratulate yourself because it's all based on exams and stuff. But like, if you aren't good at exams or school subjects, there's a million other ways to be smart. But you wouldn't be able to diagnose that for yourself. And school would tell you you're an idiot. And I find that really frustrating because in life, you finish school and that just doesn't make any sense anywhere else. Like, yes, you can go into career and you can pass all your self-worth on to someone else, aka a boss or performance statistics. But like, if you have any form of self-thought, and you can do this in a career as well, you don't have to just be self-employed, you know what your strengths are, you know where you're improving, and if you have the ability to judge yourself and be proud of yourself, that's the difference between external motivation and internal motivation. And internal motivation is infinite compared to external motivation. External motivation is, I'm going to earn 100 grand this year, and unless I earn 100 grand this year, I'm unsuccessful. Internal motivation is, I'm going to try my hardest and do this much output and face some things. And if I do that, I'll be proud of myself. That is like way more tangible, way more of a slow flame that burns way higher than this. That will be my next video, internal versus external motivation. But we're going to just round this off and finish it with saying, if you have this permission wound, you need to make a plan, understand your nervous system. And we'll finish off with some tips, which is, go together. Ask your friends for help. Talk it through your friends. Treat it as a fear. And understand that this is the most important step towards your personal development journey and changing your life and actioning this plan that you have. And also, like, at this end of the day, some last piece of advice, get coaching. Coaching is great for this because you can, like, body double with someone. You can join nervous systems. That sounds weird. But, like, you can connect with each other, have accountability buddies, community, like people together are less scared always. So if you ask a friend, can we do on this together? Can we come together every day and say, have we done the thing? Like, I just have friends now that know when I've done the thing. But most of all, I think the reason why I'm hesitant to say that is like, most of all, above all, is you have to understand that like the most important that matters in this is you. Like, you need to be able to say, I'm going to go and do the thing, and I'm proud of myself for doing the thing. So if you say you're going to do a thing in that day and it's actionable enough that you think you're going to do it in that plan and you do it, by God, you need to give yourself a pat on the back, because you've done what 99% of people wouldn't. So this is the first step towards why taking control of your own life, taking over the plan. This is why you don't do it even if you want to. But watching this video and actioning it is the first step. We're going to talk about this every day, every week. We're going to go through all of these things about how to get through it. It's going to be awesome. Keep watching. Thank you so much. Have a great day, night, or whatever's between. See you later.